Hello everybody and welcome to this world here. We are playing on a vanilla single player world as I said we were going to do. This Monday Tekken Classic has finished. We did the Ender Dragon battle, we made the quantum suit, and we did all that sort of stuff. I should probably take inventory, but yeah, we've killed the Ender Dragon, we made the quantum suit, we made the jam armor, we did all those things that I wanted to achieve there, and we are moving back to a vanilla single player series. Now I've explained in the past why we are doing this. Also, I'd like to point out we are vanilla. We are in 1.8.4, which Forge isn't even out for yet, so we can add mods even if we want to. The only mod I have got installed is Optifine, just because Optifine. It came out a couple of days ago for me for 1.8.4, so I thought, I might as well update to it because I think if I remember correctly, the 1.8.4 update logs basically suggest quite heavily that you update for security issues and such. So I would, infinitely prefer to do that. And oh, damn it! I just realized something. We should have probably gotten written down where our spawn point was. I do have the seed of the world, or at least I can recreate the world by pressing the recreate option in the options menu, so I can find out where the actual world is. We should probably make a sword as well. Just wear out this pickaxe for now. But yeah, we are doing this, and the hope, as I've said previously with this whole thing, is just to be, have my own single player thing. I can just go on this whenever I want. It doesn't matter if maybe the world goes, or some people want to use space that I want to use, and such things like that. I've explained previously kind of my motivations behind the whole thing, and because I just kind of wanted to play a single player world, because I haven't done that for a very long time. The last time I did was, I think, a year ago. Yeah, it must have been over a year ago, because it was when 1.7 just came out. So yeah, it's been a while, and just thought I'd do this and have some fun with it. Now, obviously, the great thing, as I've previously stated, with doing a single player thing is I am not limited by other people's experience. Less than 5 minutes in, and we are already getting interruptions here. That is a bit annoying. Sorry about that. But yeah, as I was saying, or at least I think I was saying, I'm not limited by other people's experiences. And I don't mean this in a bad way, I mean this in the best possible way I can, but the thing is, at least on the Communicraft server, I can't build, incredibly big things. I can't build massive things, which include a lot of redstone, because that's gonna impede on what people are gonna get, lag-wise. The server's probably not gonna be able to keep up with it in most cases, if it is running a lot of the time. And, I don't want people not being able to play on the server due to the amount of lag that I am personally causing. So, yeah. And there's also, as I said, I don't have to worry about what other space people are using and what other resources people are using. I'm really lucky with these apples this morning. I say this morning, it's 2 PM, but I mean morning in terms of Minecraft morning. But yeah, I'm just going to cut down these trees, do this. But yeah, for example, like I was saying, I need to find out where the spawn is, because I want to build an iron farm in the spawn chunks. I want to build an iron titan. That's the thing I want to do. I've never done it before. I want to do it. I can't do it on the server, particularly because the spawn is being used. The area around spawn is being used. It's kind of too big of a project, personally, for me to do just on the server, in most cases, really, because it's kind of a bit of a pain. And I need to sort out a few other things, but we can start afresh from here. We have full access to the spawn. We don't have to worry about it, as I said. And I'm saying all this, trying to say this all in the best way I can. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, I have more freedom almost here. It's weird. I'm trying to make it not sound like I'm complaining about the server, because then it's like, why are you playing on the server? But each has its advantage, which I'm sure I will point out multiple times. But yeah, we have actually quite a nice spawn around here. We got a big plains biome. I did actually have a little look around on amidst through this seed. Only a small look around. I just wanted to see sort of the landscape, and there does seem to be a mesa somewhere close, which is pretty cool, and also a roofed forest somewhere close as well. So that's pretty cool. But I think today we are just going to have to... oh, more apples. Great. We do have lava here, which is going to be great if we ever need to do anything with lava. But I think we need to... No, I didn't pick up those seeds. Let's get some seeds. There we go. At least a couple. Because we're probably going to have to make some food. And I know I have apples, but I want wheat as well. There's horses around here, which is pretty cool. Chickens. Oh. Let me just kill you guys. There we go. Get some XP. We are level 1. Haha. But yeah, as I was saying, the plan for this whole series is kind of make bigger things, like bigger mob farm maybe, like the double the big mob farm I've already got, or maybe just make that mob farm again, or you know, do a completely different design possibly. I don't really know. Once again, another wonderful interruption brought to us on this first episode. That is just, I don't know why the frequency of interruptions has increased exponentially over the last couple of days. It is really annoying. Just, I don't know why people don't just realize that you can't just come barging into where I am. It's like I shouldn't run. But what am I even trying to do? I'm trying to find a cave. That's what I'm trying to do. Is this a ravine? This is a ravine with lava in it. There is a lot of lava seemingly in this map. But yeah, I need to find a small cave, a little cave that we can go into where I can set up doing some mining, because we need to mine. That is our plan for today. This is where there is iron there. That is great, and some coal, even more perfect. Yeah, we as I said, I think I said in the Communicraft episode, I think I more specifically said it about the mod pack, but these are both going to be episode 1s, so it kind of extends over to this as well. Is the fact that this is going to be episode 1. We are not going to have everything. Like in Communicraft right now, we have a lot of stuff. We have infinite diamond pickaxes in theory. We have just made a carrot farm, of which it is making a lot of carrots. I have got so many emeralds right now because I'm able to reset the trades on my farmer villager 10 times easier, because previously I used to basically have to do, I did my my pumpkin trades, and then that would eventually run out. So, and then if he didn't refresh his trades from there, the plan is to go to the melons. But I was actually at a point when I was creating that farm where both the melon and the pumpkin trades were both crossed out, X'd out. So I'm currently using that carrot as my third one. I didn't actually have it in the time that I have had the carrot farm, which only have a couple of, well, really like 1 day since at the time of recording, is that I have basically had it so that unfortunately the trade at one point, I need to get more cobble, but the trade at one point was actually all 3, so the were crossed out. So the carrots, the melons, and the pumpkins were all crossed out. It was really quite annoying. I need to find a cave, because I need somewhere to hide as well during the night. Because yeah, but I'm hoping for big things from this series, both this series and the modded series. I'm hoping for big things from, because it's kind of like when I switched from having 2 mini games and then having no, a mini game, then Business Elite Plus, and then a Communicraft episode, was the fact that I did see a cave as there. Was the fact that, you know, by switching from the mini games to doing other stuff, I was able to actually spend more time, make better feeling episodes, in my opinion. I thought, you know, I was able to make 30-minute videos and have a reason behind it. Like, it's very difficult to make a 30-minute video about mini games without just being very repetitive. Holy moly. The only thing I'm really quite annoyed about so far is the fact that I'm not really sure on what theme I kind of want to go with this. Like, just by the look of interruption number 3, we should keep count. Over this entire series, we should have a little counter of how many times I get interrupted. I was actually thinking of adding a death counter to this. It might be something I do, because that means I can then have a little tab menu and it'll be like, this is how many times you died. So I think that might be cool, but not too sure. So what we want to do, just quickly, just be efficient with our smelting and do that. Let's just let us this cave. But yeah, as I was gonna say, by the look of what we have here, I thought that was dirt. This is in fact dirt. Via the look of this place, I actually kind of want to sort of light this place up and maybe do an underground area with this. That might be pretty cool. Have it expand out quite a bit. If we can find extra caves, that might be something that we can connect to as well. I thought that was a spawner. I thought it was mossy cobblestone. I was getting a bit happy. I don't know, we could extend that out a bit, maybe. I don't want this to fall through like it did last time, but then also the spawn chunks are also close, so this actually might encompass the spawn chunks, so we could, in theory, have forever running farms. Now, that's forever running whilst I'm on the world, rather than whilst I'm actually, you know, the world exists. Because I obviously have to be on the world because I'm not running on a server, which is something I could potentially do, but I think it would kind of take away from it being survival single player in a way. Plus, it would kind of be a pain to work with sometimes because I'd have to run it on my laptop, and it's not exactly the best running thing in the world. We are getting quite a lot of iron from here. But yeah, I have some big plans for this series. I want to just make like mega farms. I want everything to be automated. I want stuff like that to exist. I also just want, you know, some other cool things. Like, it's not going to be, as I've said with the Communicraft thing as well, it's not going to be sort of one, you know, big thing every week or so, every Monday. It's just going to be every so often. Why on earth is my sword in the 3rd slot? So used to being in the 2nd slot. Yeah, I was also thinking of maybe it'll be a bit more difficult to do on the vanilla server, but I could, in theory, every time I like built one thing on this, like let's say I built I don't know, an iron farm here, and or some sort of farm like sugarcane farm or something like that, I could do sort of a comparison video in between like what I've done here and what I've done on the server, just to sort of show off like the differences in a way, and like I don't know, I could be like, this is the farm I build on my single player, and this is the farm I build on the multiplayer. I don't know. I also need to think of a name for this series because I really don't have one. Hello. I think it's just gonna be for now generic, just survival, because I'm having the same problem with the mod pack as well. I just when it was like sort of still an idea rather than something that was actually going to be like more tangible as it is becoming now. I was just calling it the Zog pack, but I think that is just gonna be how it stays. It kind of, you know, it's my own personal pack, so I can kind of put my name onto it or my username onto it in that sense. How much iron is there around here? Seriously. Iron hunting? God. Whoa! I thought I critted him the first one. God damn it. I don't want to die first episode. It's not a thing we're doing. I'm not happy about that. Let's just eat this. I just realized I have no idea where my my furnace is. I need to make a 2nd furnace as well. That might be something I do. Yeah, we got so much iron around here. Seriously, this is a good seed, and it's not even like a pre-picked seed. It was just I just put in a random. I didn't even put in a random seed. It just did the random generator thing where you leave it obviously blank, like you do with most normal worlds. And you know, I just just ran that. Got this quite nice world in all honesty. It's got a few bits of plains around it. It's got most biomes in a fairly good like radius around spawn. Like as I said earlier, I had a glance with amidst because I didn't want it to be like everything was scattered out. I didn't want like a forest to be like 10,000 blocks away. So I had to look at that quickly, and everything is fairly close together, which is pretty cool. We're gonna have to make a new pickaxe soon. This is a big cave. It's very beneficial as well. So we're getting a lot of resources from it. It's also a big cave, so we can do a lot of work with it. I think this is gonna go fairly well. I need to think of some ideas for how I'm sort of like a theme almost. Like if I'm gonna do an underground base, that's fair enough, but I need sort of a theme to make it work in a way. Because I can't just, I need to have some sort of uniform thing, because otherwise everything's going to look a bit iffy. The good thing about, or the thing I like most about working in a cave, at least in 1.8, is the fact that they use the new rendering thing, where it only renders in what you're like looking at. And, oh, you blew up some iron, how dare you. But if, for example, I'm in this cave right now, look at our frame rate, and it just dropped, but it's staying around 360, which is quite nice. So yeah, and iron galore. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have a little more exploring around this cave, then we can end off for the first episode. I think what I'll do for now is I'll just torch it up, and then in between episodes I'll go mining, actually mine up some of the stuff. Maybe go strip mining down at level 12. Or close to level, or actually it should be in theory level 10, because if I remember correctly, there was a video done about how level 10 is in theory the best level to strip mine at. But I also need to set up some food first. I don't know. I think if we get some basic food going, maybe if we're lucky enough to kill a zombie and he drops a carrot, then we can go farm those because they're pretty efficient. I think I'm just gonna have to like total the goddamn amount of iron is here. It's insane. Let's do that. I'm just not running for now. I just want to preserve my food. I'm kind of don't want to eat the apples straight away because, like, in theory, I could use them for like golden apples later. Okay. Stuff. I've nearly been killed like 3 times now. It's great. I'm just gonna eat the apples. Yeah. That's our last bit of proper food. Eaten there. Wonder if we can find a spawner. That'd be pretty cool. How long does this cave go on for? Seriously. This cave goes on forever. Which is great, because that means we have infinite expansive space that I don't have to physically mold myself, which is great, because I can sort of work with the flow of the area, which is a pretty cool thing. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for the first episode. I don't know how long or short it was, but as I said, it wasn't going to exactly be the most productive episode in the world, because obviously we just need to currently get some resources sorted out. This is where we dropped from. I'm going to have to find out how to get back. Actually, I do know how to get back. It's back through here, I think. And is this an area? Not 100% sure. But yeah, I'm going to go and torch this place up a bit more. And then I'm going to go mine some iron. And yeah, I will see you next week with the next episode of this vanilla world. And between that now and that time, hopefully the mod pack will be finished and the first episode will be done and have a fairly good episode out for it. Are we up here? I want to see if I can get to the camp, like our little camp area before. Aha, yes. Okay. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on Wednesday with the mod pack. Hopefully. Bye bye.